How's everyone doing? I quit my day job killing coyotes. Had to go make some real money. We are making ag lime. A little hectic around here. So I've been asked numerous times over my career, you know, guys come up to me, usually always guys. I've never had any women come up to me and ask me, but they want to know about starting their own TV show. And you know, obviously you guys know what the industry's doing right now. I think it's contracting a little bit. We were expanding for quite some time, and now it's shrinking up. And what the shrink up will do is it will get rid of a lot of the shows, and the ones that were hanging on by a thread are going to be gone. And mainly because sponsorships goes bye-bye. As you're all aware, I saw that Remington had filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and sales were down for Smith & Wesson really bad. And I know a lot of the outdoor hunting industry companies have been having a tough time. So, you know, the big misconception about television shows is the fact that you have to pay your airtime, so you've got to sign a contract with a television company like Sportsman's Channel, Pursuit Channel, Outdoor Channel, Wild TV. You've actually got to sign that contract. It's on your shoulders, and when you sign a contract, you're in that contract for that full year for your airtime. So you've got to pay the airtime, and it all depends on how many commercials you buy and what your time slot is and how much that airtime is going to be. But then you've got to have an editor, and then you've got to solicit yourself to sponsors to go get sponsorships. So the tough thing about what I did whenever I started my television show is nobody knew who Les Johnson was. Nobody cared, you know. When you come out of your little world and you go into the hunting industry, you're a nobody. You're a peon. You're an ant, you know. So whenever I went into the industry, I had competed in coyote calling competitions, so I had something that a lot of people didn't have. And what that was I had experience in calling coyotes, and I knew I could get enough footage, and I had a little bit of a name and a backing because I had won a lot of competitions. So I felt that my credentials were good enough that I could use my credentials to get a sponsorship. But when it come down to it, they didn't care about, you won a national championship or you won a world championship. None of that mattered, you know. They didn't give a squat about coyote calling. Whenever I got into it, they basically said, well, I don't think the coyote calling industry is that big right now. So we don't know about the sales, if it's going to be good enough. And lo and behold, you know, whenever I started out, it was really tough to get sponsors, and I never really got any, and I just using product and stuff. So that's how you get your foot in the door. And I remember going up to Edmonton, Alberta, and I was doing a show up there for Wild TV. They had one of their shows up there. It was an outdoor expo, indoor-outdoor expo. And I gave my presentation, and I had two guys come up to me afterwards. And, well, actually, they asked the question right at the end of my coyote calling seminar, and they said, hey, we want to we want to start a television show, and could you tell us kind of what goes into it? And a lot of people think that you are sought and found by a company, and they say, we want that guy to be the host of a show, we're going to just pay him money. We want him to be the host of a show. They thought that basically the television networks paid you to solicit yourself to them, and they thought, well, you look like you're going to be a good personality for television, we'll hire you, and all you get to do is go hunt. You go on this hunt, go on that hunt. Yeah, right. That is not how it works. You have to solicit yourself to sponsors, and where I did that was I went to the SHOT Show every year. So from about 2005 all the way till 2017, I went to the SHOT Show every year. I actually went in 2000 as well, and it was down in New Orleans. And so I had a little bit of experience going to the SHOT Show. But when you go to the SHOT Show, you have to solicit and go talk to the marketing people of the companies, the marketing managers, directors. And when you go up and you call, it's essentially a cold call. You're walking in, you've never met them, and you've got to shake your hand with them, and they've got to say, you know, who are you? You know, well, I'm starting a TV show. You know, I'm telling you right now, they hear that so many times that they just get sick and tired of hearing it, that somebody's starting a new TV show and it's going to be the best show, and they're going to be better than Lee and Tiff, and they're going to be better than Michael Waddell. But, you know, I don't have a problem with people having aspirations and goals and a vision and what they want to do. But going back to the guys that had asked me the question whenever I was giving my presentation in Edmonton, like I said, it was right at the end of my coyote calling presentation, and these guys wanted to know about television. They had a lot of footage. They wanted to start a television show. And when I got done with telling them what was all entailed about how you go about a show and how you have to get sponsorships and you have to pay the airtime and you need to be the editor and follow this 27 pages of rules and regulations for editing your show. I remember the one, his face was just beet red. I don't know if he was mad at me or he just didn't want to accept the truth, but it's a scary reality. And whenever I started my show, I didn't know a lot of that. I just put together a pilot, submitted it, and lo and behold, the network said, yeah, we'll take you. And once they said they'd take me, I just signed the contract not knowing that, oh geez, I've got to get sponsors now. Well, the first couple years you can't even get a sponsorship. So you go in the hole, you know, and that's exactly what I did. I went backwards. 2006, 2007, 2008. I lost over $100,000 a year. And then when you're in the hole, you know how hard it is to dig out of that hole? It's excruciating. No sleep, hair loss, you name it. You name it. So, like, one of the bad instances, I became friends with a good man, and he has a YouTube channel right now, and he's hitting it out of the park with his YouTube channel. He had a television show. His YouTube channel is Deer Meat for Dinner, and you need to go watch his footage on YouTube. Robert Arrington, I'm telling you, this guy is probably one of the most unique outdoorsmen I've ever met. And he had his show on Sportsman's Channel the same time I did. And the sad thing about Robert's show is he went broke. He couldn't get enough sponsorships to pay for everything. And what happened was he ended up going broke. He had to sell a house. He was flat broke. So then he thought, you know what? I'm going to try a YouTube channel. So what he did was he tried 3 different names, and finally he came up with Deer Meat for Dinner, and he started that. And I'm telling you right now, his Deer Meat for Dinner channel, he's attracting people from all over the world, and now he has sponsors coming to him. And that's one of the toughest things when you have a television show and you're in the hunting industry or fishing industry. Essentially, you're no different than anybody else. If they don't think they can get enough viewers from watching Les Johnson, they're going to go Steve Kreiner or Fred Eichler or some Dead Dog Walking. They have other options. But like Robert starting his Deer Meat for Dinner, he's so unique because he's cooking, he's doing free diving, so he can dive practically 100 foot underwater and hold his breath for 5 minutes. He spearfishes. He's a master hunter. He does so many things, and he shows all this on his YouTube channel, and it's almost like he doesn't have to do as much editing because it's the real deal. And last I saw, he had about 800,000 subscribers. Now, I'm telling you, television is going, I think it's going away, because how many people can actually afford to pay $150, $200 a month just to watch television? And okay, they want Pursuit Channel, or they want Outdoor Channel, or they want Sportsman Channel. What if they can't even get that and they have to pay another $50 a month more to get it? What you need to know is we are the ones paying the airtime. So when Sportsman Channel goes to another package, they're probably getting kickback from those Dish or DirecTV to bump up. So they're making money hand over fist because they've got idiots like us that want to be an outdoor celebrity paying them money, you know. So as you all know, I took a break. It's good though. I saw things coming in the industry, and the only way you see things coming is you have to be in the industry. But I'm not just a television host. I have my own products, I have my own website, and I deal with retail outlets. So when you deal with retailers and wholesalers and distributors, when they aren't paying their bills and they're 6 months behind, I'm telling you, stuff is not good. So that's why I backed away. And trust me, I get 2-3 emails a day wanting to know, hey Les, where's your show? When are you airing again on Pursuit Channel? I feel terrible. I don't even know what to say to people. So it's one of those things that a lot of people want to do this, and I don't blame anybody for thinking I can kill more coyotes than Les Johnson, I can get better footage than him. I don't blame anybody for wanting to have that goal and that aspiration of wanting to do that. But I'm telling you right now, if you're planning on it, plan on losing a lot of stuff, financially, physically. It's going to wear your mind out, all different kinds of things. But the moral of the story is, and this is what I wanted to get to, when you're on television, and you guys aren't even going to believe this, but when you're on television on an outdoor network, you're essentially you're in competition with the television network. And what I mean by that is, when you're going after a sponsor, say you bought 4 minutes of commercials on the network, and you're paying, on one network, you're paying $160,000 a year to air, and you're soliciting sponsors, and you know you've got 4 minutes, so that's 8 30-second commercials. So you want to try to sell all those, but chances are you're never going to sell all those. because too many companies don't have that much money to spend with you. So when you're trying to solicit sponsors, you're in competition with the television network. So you know what happens next? You want me to tell you the truth? I tell you guys the truth. The television network is going to try to solicit the sponsor that you're soliciting by giving them a cheaper rate. They'll give them a commercial during your show for way cheaper money, but you don't have them on your billboard and you aren't essentially using their product until they become a sponsor. So the television network, they contact you and say, hey, are you close to getting any sponsorships with any companies? Would you like me to help? No, I'm doing good. I've got a couple that are close, but no, I don't need anybody's help. I prefer to talk to them. Well, do you mind telling us who they are? No, I don't want to tell you who they are. I keep things pretty quiet. It's between me and them. But a lot of people tell them who it is, and you know what they do? As soon as they hang up the phone with you, they call that company because they know everybody, right? They know all the marketing directors. They know all the people in the industry because they're selling airtime to them anyway, or they're trying to. But now, I tell you what, I got a great deal. You know, Les Johnson has this good predator calling show. He's got a huge following. Here's his numbers. Here's how many people watch his show. We'll give you a 30-second commercial during his show, and it's this much money, and they'll undercut you $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, and they will take your sponsor from you. That's how it works, folks. I don't want somebody to go through what I went through. You know what I mean? Not saying I didn't need it. I think it's good for everybody to go through business with ups and downs. You never learn anything if it's all gravy, you know what I mean? So I'm here, I'm kicking, nobody got the best of me. I'm still doing my thing. I love doing my thing. And but that's the cold hard reality and truth of what happens in the industry. You think anybody else is going to tell you that? It's just the truth. And nobody would ever want you to know that. But, you know, I want people to know what goes on in the industry. There's so many good people out there, you know. It's just what it is. If you ever want to be in the industry, go get a job in the industry. Learn how it works. But anyway, I'm driving this loader today, but I just want you guys to know, I haven't been around for a while, but my hands are constantly busy running this thing 12 hours a day, and it's just, I enjoy working, you know what I mean? But I thought it'd be a neat topic to talk about, just because I know there's a lot of people that are curious about the industry. But too, you need to understand that the industry will make people do stupid things. And you're well aware of that. I don't need to say anything about anybody, but everybody, there's the Boone and Crockett mentality. Everybody wants monster deer. Thank goodness there are no Goliath, Boone and Crockett coyotes, because I'd probably be after them. But I did shoot a big one. My biggest one is 67 pounds. So I've killed a big coyote. But like I said, everybody wants to try to outdo everybody else. And I guess I don't care for that. I mean, I competed in competitions, but television is about relating to the viewer. You know, I will tell you that throughout the course of my career, I've had some great relationships with sponsors, and to me, that's what it's all about. I made some great friendships, and who knows? I may end up getting back into the television industry, but I'm taking a sit out because, like I said, I don't know what the industry's doing. You know, I love the hunting industry. Okay, I love it. I'd love to get back into it, but right now, this is what I'm doing. I'm still going to be outfitting. I've got a turkey hunter coming next week. I'm going to Yorkton, Saskatchewan next week, and I'm going to be at the Parkland Outdoor Show in Yorkton, Saskatchewan, seeing all my friends up there and hoping I'm going to see some of you guys. Just because I'm not on television doesn't mean I'm going away. My priorities have changed because I've still got to make a living. But I still think of all of you guys, and I don't want to lose track of you. So that's why sitting in a loader and giving you guys a shot of what I'm doing and just blah, blah, blah. I just want you to know that I'm not sitting on a couch eating popcorn and drinking pop. I'm still busting it out like anybody else. Just because I was a TV celebrity doesn't mean I'm wearing rhinestone jeans every day and $1,000 cowboy boots. I'm real, and I still love my hunting, my outfitting. I'm going to be doing more of that this next fall. I've got a lot of hunters lined up for whitetail hunts, and I'm excited about that. I love trying to put people on deer. That's a big thing for me. And I will have you guys know, I never shot one coyote this whole winter. And this is the first time, probably since I was 12 years old. It wasn't that I didn't want to. It was just because my life changed and I was busy and I was kind of burnt out to a degree that, okay, I'm going to give them a break for a year and I'll hit them hard next year. So that's me in a nutshell, you know. So here I am, sitting in a Komatsu 500, trying to talk about coyote calling TV shows and talking to all of you guys. But anyway, I wanted to say hi to everybody. I miss all of you. You guys are my fans, and don't ever think I don't think of you, because I think of you a lot. I am not going to be airing this year, which I'm really sad. You know, it does break me up. And just know I'm not going away. I'm not disappearing. Les is still here, and like I said, maybe the whole industry will change this summer, and maybe I'll get approached by some of my sponsors, and they'll say, we want you back. We saw that our sales were worse. We want you back. Now that would be a great thing. So, but I have good relationships with my sponsors, and you know, and that's what I love about what I do. So, all of you have a wonderful day, and I'm gonna let you go so I can pay attention to what I'm doing. We'll see ya.